Welcome to 21st Sports Recap and Reaction for the Kansas City Chiefs at the New England Patriots in their Divisional Round Playoff matchup played January 16th, 2016. And we're going to go over every possession and the stats and give our breakdown and analysis for this game. So these two teams hadn't faced off since back in September of 2014. But things would go a lot differently this time around. The Chiefs had entered this game with an 11-game winning streak going back to the regular season and having won last week in the wild card round. And the Patriots coming off a bye week, and they actually were on a 2-game losing streak, and they had actually lost 4 out of their last 6 games of this season. So what would happen here in Foxborough? And to start off this game, the Patriots got the ball first. There was a touchback on the kickoff. They would start their opening possession on their own 20, and they were faced with a 3rd and 10 from the 20. Brady went to Julian Edelman, and it was an 11-yard reception for a first down at the 31. Brady then went back to Edelman. He picked up 13 yards and another first down, now at the New England 44. Brady then goes to Amendola. He picks up 16 yards, and now the Patriots are in Kansas City territory with a first down at the 40. They would then be faced with a 3rd and 13 from the 43, and Brady goes to Rob Gronkowski for a 32-yard reception that made it a first down in the red zone for the Patriots. Then on 3rd and 7 from the 8, Brady goes to Gronkowski for the touchdown. Gostkowski hits the extra point, and it was 7-0 Patriots over the Chiefs with about 10.5 minutes still left in the first quarter. So the Patriots score on their opening drive. Now the Chiefs would take over on their own 20 after the kickoff, and they would end up with a first down on the first play of their possession as well, as Smith went to Harris for a 10-yard reception to bring the ball to the Kansas City 30. The Chiefs were then faced with a 3rd and 7 from their own 33, and Smith went to Jeremy Maclin, who had been doubtful for this game, but he was out there at least for the first 3 quarters. But here he gets an 11-yard reception that made a first down at the Kansas City 44. Then on 3rd and 3 from the New England 49, Alex Smith goes to Travis Kelce, picks up 5 yards and a first down at the New England 44. The Chiefs would then be faced with a 3rd and 13 from the 47, and Alex Smith takes it himself as he scrambles for 15 yards and a first down as he dives forward to the New England 32. Then on 3rd and 4, Charcandrick West picked up 6 yards on the ground to make it a first down at the edge of the red zone at the 20, but their drive would stall at the 16, and out would come Cairo Santos to attempt a 34-yard field goal. It was up, it was good, and it now was a 4-point game with the Patriots still in the lead with the score now 7-3. So the Chiefs put their first points on the board on their first possession as well, as both teams come away with a score in the first quarter. The Patriots a touchdown, the Chiefs a field goal, and there was now less than 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So now the Patriots would take over on their own 20 after the touchback on the kickoff. And on 3rd and 7 from the 23, Brady went to LaFell. He picked up 9 yards and a first down at the 32. And then on 3rd and 8, an incomplete pass would bring the first quarter to a close. And to open up the second quarter, the Patriots would punt the ball. So after 6 plays on this possession, the Patriots end up punting. So now the Chiefs would take over on their own 33 after the punt. And they did pick up a first down on this possession, but their drive would stall in New England territory at the 42. And so after 7 plays on this possession, the Chiefs would punt as well. So both teams score on their first possession of the game, and both teams punt on their second possessions of the game respectively. Now the defense really clamped down as the Chiefs would force the Patriots to go 3 and out on their next possession. As they were backed up against their own end zone on their own 10-yard line, they would end up punting from their own 12. But now the Patriots would force the Chiefs to go 3 and out as they started this possession at the New England 36, but would end up punting from the 37. So now the Patriots would take over literally in the shadow of their end zone as Brady was in the end zone for the first play of the possession, as it was a 1st and 10 on the New England 2-yard line, and this was about 9 minutes left before halftime. And on the first play of the possession, Brady goes to Edelman. He picks up 12 yards and a first down at the 14, but then a false start pushes him back to the 9. And on 1st and 15, Brady goes to Martin. Martin picks up 42 yards and a first down. A beautiful pass by Brady, as the defense thought he was going for Gronkowski, but he was going for Martin, and it was now a first down in Kansas City territory at the 49-yard line. Then on 3rd and 4 from the KC 43, Brady goes to Edelman. He picks up 6 yards and a first down at the KC 37. Then on 2nd and 8, a penalty for roughing the passer would end up in a first down for the Patriots at the edge of the red zone at the KC 20. The Patriots would then pick up another first down on a 2nd and 2 with a 4-yard run by Steven Jackson, who had just run for 8 yards on first down, but now it's 1st and goal on the 8, and they lost 3 yards on the first play, so that made it 2nd and goal on the 11. Brady then scrambles, and it looks like he gets the touchdown, but he's called down, and so they would end up taking a look at it, and it was ruled that it wasn't a touchdown. It was Brady out at the 1-yard line, although in my opinion, and even Mike Carey, one of the heads of officiating, who was one of the analysts that they talked to there for the referees, he even said that he thought he was in. So it wasn't just my bias, but I thought Brady got the touchdown there. But either way, on 3rd and goal from the 1, Tom Brady dives forward over the top for the touchdown, breaking the plane. And then Gostkowski adds the extra point, and it was now 14-3 as the Patriots extended their lead to 11 points with under 3.5 minutes left before halftime. So the Patriots up by 2 scores here in the first half, and now the Chiefs would end up taking over after the kickoff on their own 34. There was actually a penalty on the first kickoff, and they ended up kicking it off a second time, and that ends up with a 34-yard return out to the 34-yard line. And so now the Chiefs would take over, and Charcandrick West runs for 17 yards for a first down in New England territory at the 49. Then on 3rd and 7 from the New England 46, Alex Smith goes to Avant, and he picks up 26 yards, as Avant was making some good catches in this game. So then 3rd and 1 from the New England 11, Smith ends up picking up 2 yards on the ground, and then he spikes the ball, so it ended up 2nd and goal after the spike. Its time was running out as the Chiefs were forced to burn a couple of timeouts in the first quarter on 3rd down plays, and that would cost them here. But they ended up with an incomplete pass on 2nd down, and on 3rd down, a delay of game penalty would push them back from the 9 to the 14, and then another incomplete pass. Some nice goal line defense by the Patriots, and Cairo Santos would now come out to attempt a 32-yard field goal, as he had made a 34-yarder at the end of the first quarter with less than 2 minutes left there. And then here with less than half a minute left in the first half, Cairo Santos hits a 32-yarder, and that makes it an 8-point game with the score New England 14, Kansas City 6. So that would pretty much do it for the first half as Brady took a knee and this game went to halftime. So the Patriots, they started off scoring first on that first possession. They never trailed in the first half. They got a couple of touchdowns, and the Chiefs got a couple of field goals, but the Patriots were looking pretty dominant early on, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And they were also doing a good job moving the ball, so they had that 98-yard drive for that second touchdown of the game that ended up in the 1-yard quarterback sneak by Brady. So the Chiefs would get the ball first in the second half, and they would start things off on their own 25-yard line. They would be faced with a 3rd and 10 from the 25, and Alex Smith went to Jeremy Maclin. He picked up 12 yards and a first down at the 37, but then a penalty for holding pushed them back to the 27, and so then it was 1st and 20. Smith goes to Conley, he picks up 10, and then a defensive holding on the next play would make it a first down at the 42 for the Chiefs. They're then faced with a 2nd and 5, and Knile Davis ran at 11 yards for a first down into New England territory at the 42. Then on 2nd and 8 from the 40, Smith dumps it off to Knile Davis, and he's hit by Chandler Jones, who strips him. It's recovered by Hightower, and the Patriots would take over. So the fumble by Knile Davis. Knile Davis had started out the wild card game with that 106-yard return, but here the fumble, and momentum would shift already in the Patriots' favors. They're already up by 8, but here they would start at the 31, and Brady immediately goes to Rob Gronkowski. He picks up 18 yards and a first down at midfield at the 49. Then Julian Edelman on an end around picks up 11 yards. Now it's a first down for the Patriots at the KC 40. Brady then goes to Edelman for a 14-yard reception, and it's a first down at the 26. Brady then goes to James White. He picks up 10 yards, and now the Patriots are in the red zone at the Kansas City 16-yard line. And on first down, Tom Brady goes to Rob Gronkowski, and it's a touchdown. Is Rob Gronkowski had tied the record for the most touchdowns by a tight end in the playoffs with his first touchdown, and now he breaks the record with his 8th receiving touchdown in the postseason, as he has the most touchdowns by any tight end in the playoffs. Rob Gronkowski. Is Brady and Gronkowski making some more history as they've been known to do. But with that touchdown and with the extra point by Gostkowski, it was now 21-6, Patriots in the lead by 15 with 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. The Chiefs would not give up, though. They responded with a scoring drive of their own, starting off on their own 20 after the touchback on the kickoff. 3rd and 7 from the 23, Smith went to Avant, and he picked up 26 yards and a first down at the Kansas City 49. Then on 2nd and 8 from the 49, Smith went to Kelsey. He picked up 13 yards and a first down at the 36 of the Patriots. So then on 3rd and 3 from the New England 29, Smith scrambles for 7 and a first down at the 22. And then on 3rd and 3 from the 15, an incomplete pass would bring up 4th down. Smith then goes to Avant. He picks up 4. And there was actually a penalty against the Patriots, and so they actually took the penalty because it was 1 more yard, and that made it a 1st and goal at the 10. And then Alex Smith to Albert Wilson, a 10-yard touchdown. Cairo Santos adds the extra point, and now it was 21-13 as the Chiefs were back within 8 points, back within 1 score with a 2-point conversion would tie it. But right now, 21-13 with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. So the Patriots would now take over after the kickoff on their own 21. And on 2nd and 1 from the 30, Brady went to White, and James White picked up 29 yards on the ground. A nice pickup for the back, and that made it a first down in Kansas City territory at the 41. Then on a 2nd and 5 from the 36, Brady went to Edelman. He picked up 14 yards in the first down at the Kansas City 22, and that would bring the third quarter to a close. So after 3 quarters, it was 21-13, and the Patriots would open up the fourth with a first down on the Kansas City 22, but they were not able to move the ball as 3 incomplete passes would bring out the kicking unit as Stephen Gostkowski attempted a 40-yard field goal. It was up, it was good, and it was now 24-13 as the Patriots extended their lead to 11 with about 15 seconds ticked off the clock in the fourth quarter. So plenty of time still left in the fourth. And the Patriots defense came up with a huge stop on this next possession, forcing a 3-and-out by the Chiefs as they came up with the only sack in this game on the possession on a 3rd and 10. Chandler Jones gets credit for the sack of Alex Smith, and the punting unit would come out. They actually had a penalty on the first punt, a delay of game, as the Chiefs had trouble all game long getting the ball off in time. They were forced to burn a couple timeouts in that first quarter, as we mentioned earlier. But here in a 3-and-out, they punt the ball back to the Patriots, and the Patriots had it on their own, or on the Kansas City 32, and Tom Brady goes to Martin. He picks up 15, and it was now a first down in the red zone at the 17-yard line for the Patriots. Of course, this had been set up by a 22-yard return by Amendola on the punt, a nice return, bringing it into Kansas City territory, setting them up with that nice field position. But on 3rd and 6, an incomplete pass would make it 4th and 6 at the 13, and out would come Gostkowski to kick his second field goal of the game. This one a 32-yarder, and that made it 27-13 with about 10.5 minutes left to play, as the Patriots were now up by 14 points as they extended their lead for the second time in this game to 2 scores. So now the Chiefs would take over on their own 20 after the touchback on the kickoff. On 3rd and 1 from the 29, Smith went to Wilson. He picked up 8 yards on a first down at the 37. Then Smith went to Wilson again. He picked up 12 yards on a first down at the 49. But then on 3rd and 10, an incomplete pass would bring up 4th down. And so on 4th down, they would go for it. And initially, it looked like an interception by Harmon, but he was ruled out of bounds, so it was an incomplete pass after they took a look at it, but it didn't matter because it was a turnover on downs. So even though it was not the interception, the Patriots still got the ball, and they actually had better field position because it was not an interception, as the Patriots now took over at midfield at the Kansas City 48, but the Chiefs would hold them to a 3-and-out, and so the Patriots would punt the ball back to the Chiefs with about 6.5 minutes left to play in this game. So the Chiefs down by 2 touchdowns with 6.5 on the clock, starting off this drive on their own 20. They were faced with a 3rd and 8 from the 22. Smith went to Connolly. He picked up 16 yards and a first down at the 38. Then on 3rd and 8, an incomplete pass would bring up 4th and 8 from the Kansas City 40. And they were in 4-down territory, down by 2 scores, forced to go for it. So there was less than 5 minutes left in this game at this point. Smith then went to Avant, and Avant picks up the first down. An incredible play, as I believe this is the one where Smith rushed around like crazy and somehow was able to get rid of it, as he made some crazy plays in this game. But they got the first down in New England territory at the 47. Smith then scrambled for 9 yards, and then on 2nd and 1, he went to Charcandrick West. He picked up 6 yards, and that was first down to New England 32. Then on 2nd and 4 from the 26, Smith scrambles for 6 yards and a first down at the red zone at the 20. Smith then goes to Wilson. He picks up 19 yards. He's just 1 yard shy of the first down. So it's 1st and goal on the 1 with about 2.5 left. But then they lose a yard, and the game goes to the 2-minute warning. So now 2nd and goal on the 2, and a false start pushes them back to the 7 for 2nd and goal. Then they pick up 4 yards on a pass from Smith to Avant, but the clock is rolling, and it's 3rd and goal at the 3. An incomplete pass, but a defensive pass interference call against the Patriots will be half the distance to the goal. So now it's on the 1 yard line, another first down, so they reset the downs. 1st and goal on the 1, they go for a pass, it's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and goal, and Charcandrick West scores on the touchdown on an option play. And now Cairo Santos hits the extra point, and it is now a 7-point game with the score New England 27, Kansas City 20, but less than a half a minute left. So there's about 73 seconds left to play in this game, with the Chiefs now within a touchdown to tie it, but they needed the onside kick. So they go for the onside kick, but it's recovered by Rob Gronkowski, and so the Patriots take over. So now they try to run out the clock. They gave the ball to Steven Jackson, lost a couple yards, but that forced the Chiefs to burn their first timeout. Then on 2nd and 12 from the 46, Brady throws the ball, and it goes off the hand of Tabaha Lee, and it ends up in the hands of Julian Edelman. It's a 12-yard first down for the Patriots. And so with that, the Chiefs had to burn their second timeout, but now all that was left to do was for the Patriots to take 3 knees, as the Chiefs would take their last timeout after the first knee, and then 2 more knees by Tom Brady, and this game was over. The Patriots win this one, never having trailed at any point in this game, as they scored on their first possession, and they were in the lead throughout. Brady throws for over 300 yards, 3 total touchdowns, and the Patriots advance to their 5th straight AFC Conference Championship game. So the Patriots get the big win, and they avenge their loss from last September against the Chiefs. As the Chiefs had blown them out there, the Patriots would go on to win the Super Bowl. And here they beat the Chiefs in this game here in the playoffs at Foxborough. A big win for the Patriots, and Tom Brady coming up big time. Also Rob Gronkowski with a big game as well. Julian Edelman too. And the defense, what a combined effort by the New England Patriots defense. And for the Chiefs, Jeremy Maclin actually did not play in the fourth quarter. And earlier they were sparingly using Houston. Of course, for the Patriots also saw Mayo and Collins in limited use down the stretch as they would leave the game too. But in this game, Tom Brady coming up huge, 28 for 42, 302 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He also had 6 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown, giving him 3 total touchdowns in the game. And Brady actually threw it. He had 3 times as many pass attempts as the Patriots team had combined rushing attempts, as he threw the ball 42 times, 42 attempts, and the Patriots only rushed the ball a grand total of 14 rushing attempts. So Steven Jackson was the leading rusher for the Patriots with 6 carries for just 16 yards. Julian Edelman had 10 catches for 100 yards, and Rob Gronkowski 7 catches for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game. And for the Chiefs, Alex Smith 29 for 50, as they were very pass heavy themselves, as they passed the ball twice as much as they ran the ball, which is uncharacteristic of the Chiefs. They're more of a run team, but they were forced to play Patriots ball here in this game. And you're put in that position to play against your style, you're going to be in trouble. But Alex Smith 29 for 50, 246 passing yards, 1 touchdown in this game. He also had 9 carries for 44 yards, so he ended up with a total of 290 yards for Smith. Charcandrick West had 17 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 15 yards, which gave him 76 total yards in the game. Jason Avant had 4 catches for 69 yards. Albert Wilson, 5 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. Chris Connolly, 5 catches for 33 yards. Travis Kelce, 6 catches for 23 yards. And Jeremy Maclin, 2 catches for 23 yards. We look at the kickers in this game. Stephen Gostkowski was perfect, 2 for 2 on the field goals, 3 for 3 on the extra points. Cairo Santos was perfect as well, 2 for 2 on the field goals, 2 for 2 on the extra points. We look at the defense in this game. Chandler Jones had a sack and a forced fumble, and that would be the only sack in this game, and there was no interceptions. He almost had that 1 interception by Harmon, but it was ruled that he was out of bounds and had not had control of the ball. So a lot of defense, but not a lot of pressure, and the Patriots were winning the battle in the trenches. They were getting pressure. A lot of times you're going with like a 3-man rush, still putting the pressure on Smith, and then on the other side of the ball, they were doing a great job of protecting Brady, as the Chiefs have an excellent pass rush, but it was pretty ineffective in this game. I mean, they did get after him, but they were not able to actually put him on his back. But we look at the team stats in this game. The Chiefs had 27 first downs, a very balanced attack. And the Patriots just 21 first downs, 17 of which came through the air. Then we look at third down efficiency, and the Chiefs 12 for 20 on third downs, 60%. So 60% conversion rate for the Chiefs, and the Patriots 6 of 12, 50%. And actually all 6 third down conversions came for the Patriots in the first half, as they were 6 for 8 on third down in the first half, but 0 for 4 on third down in the second half. Then we look at the fourth down efficiency, and the Chiefs went for it twice on fourth down, turned the ball over on downs once, and they converted once. So that 50% on fourth down. The Patriots didn't go for it on fourth down at all in this game. We look at the total net yards, 378 for Kansas City, 340 for New England. And on the ground, the Chiefs had 135 net rushing yards. The Patriots just 38 net rushing yards, as the Chiefs average 4.2 per rushing play, and the Patriots just 2.7. We look at the net passing yards in this game, 302 for New England, 243 for Kansas City, as Alex Smith was sacked once for a loss of 3 yards total. And then we look at the penalties in this game. Not a lot of penalties at all in this game, as there was just 11 combined, 5 for the Chiefs for 40 penalty yards, and 6 against the Patriots for just 24 penalty yards. There was only 1 fumble in the game. That was by Knile Davis of the Kansas City Chiefs, which the Patriots did recover. And then we look at the red zone, and the Patriots 3 for 4 in the red zone, 75%. The Chiefs 2 for 4, just 50% in the red zone. And the time of possession 37 minutes, 51 seconds for Kansas City. Just 22 minutes and 9 seconds for New England. As the Patriots, they relied so heavily on the pass. And the thing about that is, when it's an incomplete pass, that stops the clock. And the Chiefs, as much as they were throwing the ball, they also were running the ball as well. Whereas the Patriots, they only ran the ball 14 times. The Chiefs had 32 rushing plays, although they had 50 passing plays, and the Patriots 42 passing plays. Of course, they did have that long 98-yard drive that would result in that 1-yard touchdown run by Brady there in the first half. But it was the Chiefs who put together a lot of drives, but the Patriots were able to stop them from getting into the end zone all but twice. They did get those 2 touchdowns, but Brady himself ended up with 3 touchdowns in the game, and the Patriots were in control throughout the entire game. And you could see up front in the trenches that the Patriots had this one pretty well in hand, just from the way that they were able to get the pass rush after the quarterback and the way that they were able to protect Brady. As I mentioned earlier, that early on was very evident, and that was a good sign for the Patriots, and they continued to protect Brady. They protected the ball. They were the one team that got a turnover. There was only one turnover in this game, almost 2. Of course, it ended up being a turnover on downs on that interception that ended up being ruled out of bounds by Harmon. But the Patriots doing quite the job at home, coming up with a big win against a team that was red hot. They'd won 11 straight, but the Patriots put an end to the winning streak, and they get back in the win column themselves after kind of stumbling into the playoffs at the end of the regular season. They got a big win here against a really tough team, and now they're moving on to the 5th straight AFC Championship game in a row. So 5 straight years, 5 straight AFC Championships, and will it be Brady versus Manning 17? Well, we shall see. It all depends on what happens in the late game tomorrow. Of course, the late game will be starting about the same time as this game was played today, as they have the early game at 1 tomorrow, and then the late game, it's about 4:40, something like that, for the kickoff, and that's going to be the Steelers versus the Broncos. And if the Broncos win, the Patriots will be going to Denver to play the championship, but if the Steelers win, they'll be heading to Foxborough. So we'll see what happens in that game. Of course, the Steelers had already beaten the Broncos earlier in the season. Will they be able to do it for a second time? Well, we shall see. But either way, let me know what you thought about this game in the comments section below. Definitely interested to read your thoughts and opinions. Thank you very much for listening. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and a great weekend and enjoying all the sports.